We're going to be learning about the 3 variable matrix, and then we're going to be going through the 2 variable matrices. So right here I have the first equation, which is the A equation. This is 3x plus 2y plus z equals 1. Then we have the B equation, which is x minus 2y plus 2z equals 4. Then we have equation C, which is 2x plus 4y plus 3z equals 9. So what you would do with these equations is that you would figure out what numbers you would put in here. So for this matrix right here, you would move the 3 down to here, the 2, and since the z is only by itself, the c becomes a 1. And since that equals 1, you also put a 1 right here. Same thing for right here, this x right here, so you would just change that to a 1. The negative 2 goes to here, 2 there, 4. The rest is kind of self-explanatory for the rest of C. Then there would be the second matrix that you would need to solve. This one I put into a calculator. You can also solve it mathematically, but I believe it's an easier way. So what you would do is you would go to second and matrix. You would go over to the math. You would scroll down to RREF right there. Then you would go to second and matrix. Click on the one that you're going to use. This is my matrix right here, so I'd press enter, and then you'd close it off right here, and then you'd just press enter, and then you would get a matrix right here. And the matrix that I got for this equation was 1, 0, 0, and negative 1, 0, 1, 0, 0.5, and 0, 0, 1, and 3. Right here I circled in the blue pen right here. These are the 3 different numbers you want to focus on. These are just 1s and 0s, but these are actually the numbers that you would need that the matrix would add up to. So right here is just basically negative 1. You would use the first number on the top, and that would be x. So it would be 3 times negative 1. Then you would add that to 2 times 0.5, and then you would add the z, and the z by itself is just 3. And then that would actually equal 1. So once you replace the x, y, and z, you would replace it with these 3 numbers, which would be negative 1, 0.5, and 3. So right here I just wrote that x right here is negative 1, y is 0.5, and z is 3. Next, for the 2 variables matrix, this one I did 2 equations, and I only did 2 variables because the 2 variable ones. 3 variables has x, y, and z, but 2 variables mainly focuses on the x and the y. So for our first equation, equation A, this is 4x plus 2y equals 8. And then the next one for equation B is 5x plus 3y equals 9. So for the matrix right here, this one's a smaller one. I've changed the 2, 4, 2, 8, 5, 3, 9. And then I would put that into the calculator. It was the same steps before. You would just go into the calculator and change the matrix and make edits to put this inside. You would go to RREF, put into the matrix that you want to use, and then you'd press enter, and you would get something similar to this. So this one would be 1, 0, 3, 0, 1, and negative 2. So these numbers are the ones that you want to focus on. So you would actually bring these over here and apply it to these equations right here. So you would do the 4 and then multiply that by the 3, and then you would add the 2 and then multiply the 2 by negative 2. And when you plug in that equation, you would get a total of 8. Same thing for this, negative 3 is x, and then negative 2 is y. So as I wrote right here, x is 3, and y is negative 2. This is how I did the 2 variables matrix and the 3 variables matrix, and thank you.